First lesson. Welcome aboard.
So you want to improve your English, do you? Well, you've come to the right place.
But why bother learning English at all?
Here are a few reasons. It's the language of business, commerce, and technology.
Politicians and diplomats from all over the world speak to each other in English.
It is the first or second language of more than 1 billion people, and another billion or so are learning it at this very moment.
English is also the main language of the global IT industry and the media.
And it is also a major medium for publishing, advertising, and science.
Last but not least, it has one of the world's richest and most varied bodies of literature.
Is this bad news for other major languages like Spanish, French, Arabic and Chinese?
Not really. First, English is pretty illogical. There is no ham in a hamburger and no pine or apple in a pineapple.
And pronunciation can be a nightmare, as you surely know. Sentences like, "The soldier decided to desert his desert in the desert," can drive even the hardiest learners to distraction.
But when all's said and done, English may be the victim of its own success. So many people in so many places now speak their own variety of the language that native speakers can find themselves at a disadvantage.
English, like Latin before it, no longer belongs to its country of origin.
Welcome aboard for this trip through the highways and byways of English. Exercise. Translate.
Why bother buying a lottery ticket? We'll never win.
The very thought of leaving London makes me sad.
The publishing industry is booming at the moment.
Jack Kerouac travelled the highways and byways of America in the 1950s.
Last but not least, the soldiers decided to desert their desert in the desert.
Second lesson. I'll have finished next week.
By this time next week, I'll have finished painting the master bedroom. Then I'll be able to start the guest bedrooms and the downstairs bathroom. After that, all I'll have to do is fix the plumbing, rewire the kitchen, do up the dining room, mend the fence, and put in some double glazing. This is a maintenance-free house. It hasn't been maintained for 20 years.
So exactly how long have you been working on it?
It feels like forever, but in actual fact, about 6 months, give or take a week.
And what will you do when you finish the whole thing?
I'm going to put it on the market. I reckon it will sell for a fortune. You know the 3 most important secrets to selling a house, don't you? Location, location, and location.
So you won't have heard the news then?
News? What news? I told you, I haven't set foot outside the house for months.
They're going to be building a new motorway at the bottom of your garden in about 2 weeks' time.
A motorway? You're kidding me. All that work for nothing.
You'd better hurry up and finish. Otherwise, all that effort will have been wasted.
Exercise. Translate. I heard a noise and went downstairs into the kitchen.
CompuSoft will be releasing a fix for the security problem next month.
I stopped smoking a month ago, but it feels like years.
We have to work tomorrow, so we won't be staying long.
They'd better hurry up, otherwise they'll be late.
Third lesson. Sharing a flat.
The housing market has gone crazy, and house prices have gone through the roof. They say that an Englishman's home is his castle, but most of us can't afford a bedsit in the outer suburbs nowadays, let alone a two-bedroom flat in the city centre.
The dream of the older generation was to pay off their mortgage. But the dream of today's youngsters is to get one in the first place. In fact, most young people have to rent their accommodation, and many of them end up sharing a house, a flat, or even a room with other people.
A flat share can be a great way of meeting people and making new friends. But it can also be a disaster if your new acquaintance turns out to be the flatmate from hell. If you decide to take the plunge, here are a few golden rules to remember.
Always clean and wash up after you. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Don't hog the bathroom, especially in the morning, and don't use all the hot water.
Don't borrow anything without permission. Food, drink, clothes, or boyfriends and girlfriends.
If you do end up having a fight with your co-tenants, keep your cool. Remember, it's far easier to share a flat than a prison cell.
Exercise. Translate.
I will have paid off my debts by the end of next year.
Prices have gone crazy. We can't even afford a holiday this year.
He turned out to be the neighbour from hell.
They mortgaged their flat to raise some more money.
Remember the old saying, cleanliness is next to godliness.
Fourth lesson. To let.
Dave moved from Leicester to London in early January to look for work. But first, he had to find accommodation, preferably a furnished room. He didn't have enough money for something larger or self-contained. That evening, he got an evening paper and turned to the small ads.
Large double room in lovely, friendly female house share. I don't think so. Spacious studio flat available shortly. But I need something now. Completely refurbished second floor flat with ensuite bathroom. It's bound to be expensive.
Just as Dave was about to give up, he spotted this ad at the bottom of the page.
Unfurnished room to let in a newly decorated Victorian house in a quiet residential area. All mod cons, close to all amenities, walking distance to town centre, would suit single, non-smoking professional with no pets. Reasonable rent. That sounds perfect. I hope it's not already taken. I'll call first thing tomorrow.
The next day, Dave called the estate agent, who told him the flat was still vacant. Dave said he was in a hurry and would like to view it as quickly as possible. So they made an appointment for that afternoon. But just as he hung up, Dave realised something.
The room's got no furniture. I'd better go and buy some straight away. Oh, and I also need a job.
Exercise. Translate.
The flat has got all mod cons. It will be available shortly.
Advertising is expensive, but publicity is free.
She spotted the ad at the bottom of the page.
I'll call you first thing in the morning.
Alice moved from Wales to Cornwall to look for work.
Fifth lesson. Sales.
If you want to shop cheaply, you can wait until the sales start.
Looking for a new dishwasher? Need a new microwave? Got an eye for a bargain? Look no further. Make a beeline for Cotton's Super Saver Summer Sale. We're knocking hundreds of pounds off manufacturers' list prices on a whole range of goods. Check out our stunning range of electrical appliances at staggeringly low prices. Save hundreds of pounds on a wide range of home appliances and furnishings. Our prices are reduced by anywhere up to 80%. So get your skates on and get down to Cotton's quickly, before we sell out.
Another way to make savings on high street prices is to shop online.
With Web Select, you get huge discounts on a superb range of household goods. All products are brand new and come with a minimum 1-year manufacturer's warranty. Extended warranties are also available. All prices include free mainland UK delivery.
Safety and security when ordering and paying online are absolutely vital, and a lack of confidence among consumers has held back the growth of this type of retailing.
But if you follow these simple tips, your home shopping experience will be safe and enjoyable. Always use a secure website. Never give your credit card details by email. But above all, think before you buy. If an offer sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exercise. Translate.
He made a beeline for the bar as soon as he arrived.
Elaine's got a good eye for a bargain, hasn't she?
You can make big savings by shopping online.
If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
The high street stores have sold out of the new video game.
Sixth lesson. Visiting.
Hi there. My name's Dave Barry. I called earlier about the room for rent.
Oh, hello. Come on in. Nice to meet you. I'm Brian, and this is my flatmate Raja. Let me show you around. Here's the kitchen and the living room, which we share. But don't worry, we're not in very often. We both work nights. Now let's go upstairs and take a peek at the room. I think you'll like it. As you can see, it's very light and airy, and it's got bags of storage space. The bathroom and the loo are across the landing next to our room.
It's great. Just what I was looking for. When can I move in?
I knew you'd like it the minute I saw you. I've got a feeling for people. All we need is a month's rent in advance, plus a deposit for gas and electricity.
Where are you from, Brian? I can't quite place your accent.
I'm originally from up north, born and bred in York. But I've been living here in London for donkey's years.
York's a really cool city. Don't you miss it?
Actually, I miss it badly, but there are some situations that you can't control. Now, let me get you something to drink. What do you feel like?
I need my coffee fix. I haven't had a cup all morning.
No worries. 1 espresso coming up for our new flatmate.
Exercise. Translate.
They paid her 2 years' wages when they fired her.
Come on in. Let me get you something to drink.
I feel like a coffee.
Coming up.
We knew she'd like it the minute we saw her.
Where are you from?
I'm from up north.
Seventh lesson.
Why bother doing up the house? The very thought of it makes me tired. When all's said and done, it's not really necessary.
Don't worry. We'll have finished by this time next month.
Then we'd better get our skates on, hadn't we?
I can't afford a new dishwasher, let alone double glazing. Let's wait for the sales. I've got a good eye for a bargain. And don't forget, you can get huge discounts by shopping online.
I miss Renisa and Tom. I wish they were here to help us. They're old friends. I've known them for donkey's years.
So you won't have heard the news. They're divorced.
Eighth lesson. Employment. Extract from a UK government report on the labour market.
Employment, both full-time and part-time, has been increasing steadily for several decades. The latest official data show that, on a seasonally adjusted basis, 30 million people aged 16 and over were economically active, up some 2.5% from a year ago. The number of people working flexible time has risen by more than 1 million. Last year, for example, it rose by 700,000, but as a proportion of all those in employment, it has remained stable for 3 years. More importantly, the redundancy rate has been falling for the last 3 years. The ratio of the number of redundancies to the number of employees is at an all-time low. The number of workless households was around 3 million, 100,000 fewer than last year. One of the most striking trends is the higher participation rate for women in the workforce. Among the reasons for this is that more women delay having children until their 30s, and compared with the previous generation, are more likely to return to work afterwards. In terms of working patterns, the majority of those in employment are full-time workers, although there has also been a slight increase in the number of self-employed and home-based workers. It should be noted that fixed-term employees have equal rights in terms of pay, pensions, holidays, and sick pay. Gross weekly earnings have remained stable, despite last year's hike in the statutory minimum wage. However, there has also been a rise in fringe benefits, including company cars, subsidized meals, and childcare centres. More importantly, leisure time has also increased in relation to working hours. In all, it would appear that the government's efforts to achieve a healthy work-life balance have paid dividends.
Exercise. Translate.
On a seasonally adjusted basis, unemployment has been falling steadily for a decade.
Hundreds of people were made redundant when the factory closed.
Some youngsters lack the support they need to change their behaviour patterns.
Interestingly, you can travel free if you're over 60.
The new employment strategy has paid dividends.
Ninth lesson. Situations vacant.
All sorts of jobs are available in today's buoyant economy, regardless of your age or skill level. From fishmongers to flight attendants, researchers to receptionists, PAs to PR managers, and solicitors to salespeople, you can take your pick.
We are looking for a sales executive for our fast-expanding Bradford-based business. We are the UK leader in the design and delivery of supply chain solutions for a wide range of clients. You will be articulate, outgoing and sales-driven with excellent interpersonal skills.
Looking for a job? Bored with sitting around? Want to get back to work right away? Call us today to find out about this exciting opportunity in a busy downtown office. Competitive basic wage plus overtime, commission and a company car.
We have an opening for a website designer to start work at once in our London branch. If you have artistic flair and are numerate and computer literate, we want to hear from you. Excellent remuneration package, together with a bonus scheme and a London waiting.
An exciting opportunity has arisen to join the finance department of a top-flight engineering firm. The successful applicant must have a proven track record in financial management and be a team player. Salary will depend on qualifications and experience, and will be accompanied by a generous benefits package. As an equal opportunities employer, we welcome applications from all candidates, irrespective of age, ethnic origin, religion, belief, gender, or sexual orientation.
Because it is illegal to discriminate when advertising for a job, some advertisements can be a little strange. Wanted. Person to model our new range of maternity clothes. Man or woman. Must be 6 months pregnant.
Exercise. Translate.
This week's show is about the buoyant labour market.
The airline has an excellent track record for safety.
Oil exports were buoyed by the high price of crude.
I'm bored with sitting around. I want to get back to work right away.
All sorts of jobs are available, regardless of your age or skills. Tenth lesson. The right way and the wrong way.
Dear Sir or Madam, I am writing in response to your recent advertisement for a customer relationship officer. After graduating in business from the University of Western England 5 years ago, I worked as a sales negotiator for a chain of estate agents headquartered in Bristol. I then relocated to Birmingham for personal reasons and was unemployed for a short spell. Not only did I quickly find a new job, I was also promoted to manager within a fortnight. I am a self-starter with a can-do attitude and an ability to multitask. I get on well with people and I have first-class presentation and teamwork skills. Your company cannot afford to overlook this opportunity to hire such an exceptionally talented person. Yours truly.
Dear Sir, thank you for your application, which we reviewed with great attention. Unfortunately, the position has already been filled and we have no further vacancies. We wish you every success in your search for employment. Yours sincerely, J. Turner, HRM.
Realizing that he might have appeared big-headed, Craig rewrote the letter.
Dear Sir, please find enclosed a copy of my CV listing my qualifications and my relevant work experience. I am available to come for an interview at any time that may be convenient to you. You will find my contact details below. Yours truly, Craig Brown.
Within a week, He received a positive reply and was called for an interview the following month.
The moral of the story? You should never blow your own trumpet.
Exercise. Translate.
We relocated production to a cheaper region.
Women are apparently better than men at multitasking.
You'd better get on with your work if you want to finish before midnight.
They really can't afford to overlook this exciting opportunity.
Please send us a letter with a CV and your contact details.
th lesson. Tips for a successful interview.
Don't get there on time. Be early. Punctuality is key to making a good first impression. If the worst comes to the worst and you know you're going to be late, be sure to phone and warn someone.
Dress conservatively, better safe than sorry, and look smart. Sloppy clothes are a no-no.
Make sure you are properly prepared. Bone up on the company's history, achievements, and products. Read their literature, check their website, and get hold of their annual report.
You could also write down some sample questions and practice them with someone beforehand.
Pay attention to the interviewer and listen carefully to what he or she is saying. That way, you'll be able to phrase your answers carefully and stick to the point.
Be brief and thorough when responding. Stay focused and avoid long-winded explanations. Smile, nod, and show that you're enthusiastic. Your body language will say a lot about you.
Identify your weaknesses. The interviewer is bound to ask about them, and be ready to discuss them frankly. Don't say something like, "I have no shortcomings at all, except for my modesty."
If the interview takes place over a meal, there are a few pitfalls to avoid. Don't order messy food. Dishes with lots of sauce or awkward bones should be avoided. Don't drink alcohol. If you are offered wine or beer, just say that you're watching your weight and prefer not to drink. Don't offer to pay. It's the prospective employer who will pick up the bill and leave a tip.
In any case, you should always send the interviewer a thank you letter afterwards and express your interest in the job.
Last but not least, don't be overambitious, or you'll end up being promoted to a job that you can't do.
Exercise. Translate.
Bone up on the company's history, get hold of their annual report, and check their website.
Stick to the point. You're too long-winded.
Let me give you a few tips about healthier eating.
You must look your best for tomorrow's interview. Jeans are a no-no.
He's bound to be late for the meeting. He always is.
Twelfth lesson. Do you speak managerese? From Plain English for Business.
Once upon a time, managers used to talk in simple language about their jobs and their firm. They used plain English, and they would be understood by everyone around them. But today's managers speak a totally different language, crammed with buzzwords and catchphrases that are hard to understand if you're not an insider.
For example, an executive will say, "Our company is downsizing," instead of, "We're dismissing lots of workers." Rather than having a boring old plan, every company has to have a vision statement. nor does it just serve its customers. It is client-focused and needs-centered.
To get ahead in business, it's no use just being original. You have to think out of the box, or even push the envelope. And if you need to learn more about the job, you will be upskilled, not trained.
We no longer work from 9 to 5 because we live in a 24/7 digital world. Here are some common examples of managerese and their English translations.
We need to be lean and mean in order to boost the bottom line. Means
Our company has to be small and aggressive in order to increase profits.
we empower our people so that they will be proactive and go the extra mile. Means
Our employees have greater responsibilities so that they will work harder.
but at the end of the day, and when all is said and done, you will find yourself between positions. In other words, on the dole.
So please, get used to using plain English.
Exercise. Translate.
Managers used to talk simply about their job, and they used plain English.
The company doesn't have a plan, nor does it dismiss people.
We no longer work from 9 to 5. We're open 24/7.
She's not used to using spreadsheets.
The bottom line is that he's too mean to lend me any money.
Thirteenth lesson. Back at the flat.
You had a job interview today, didn't you, Dave? So how did it go?
Terrible. Every time I opened my mouth, I put my foot in it.
It can't have been that bad, surely. What went wrong?
Everything, Raja. I made a complete and utter fool of myself. First, the interviewer asked me how I deal with certain problems. I'll describe a situation to you, he said, and you suggest solutions to me. You catch an employee sleeping at his or her desk. What would you do? I'd ask them if the coffee machine was broken, of course, I replied. He said, you'll be given lots of responsibilities. Can you cope? I told him that in my last job, I was always held responsible if there was a cock-up. Then he goes, do you think you could handle a variety of work? And I go, I should be able to. I've had 10 jobs in the past 8 months. After that, he asked me where I expected to be in 10 years' time. And I said, since it was Monday, that I'd probably be on the golf course. But I think the last straw was when he asked me if I had any questions. I asked him to explain the benefit package to me and to tell me whether I could have a year's salary in advance.
He can't have been very pleased. What did he say?
Nothing. For 5 minutes. Then he told me to get out.
Exercise. Translate.
We made complete and utter fools of ourselves on the golf course.
So, how did the job interview go today?
Terribly.
Every time Sally opens her mouth, she puts her foot in it.
Can you cope with the pressure?
I should be able to.
That's the last straw. I resign.
Get out of my office.
Fourteenth lesson.
The bottom line is that I'm not used to using a spreadsheet.
I thought you said you were numerate and computer literate.
I'm sorry. I was blowing my own trumpet. I used to work for a Bradford-based company that made solar panels. And I would follow training courses at the university every single week. But while the professor was speaking to the group, we used to talk at the back of the classroom. Not only did he get angry, he also told me to get out.
Let me explain the program to you, and you'll see how easy it is. Knowing how to use this new software will certainly pay dividends.
Okay, but use plain English. Long words are a no-no.